College costs have been staying relatively the same throughout the years. They rise about 7% a year. That's been typically the rate we see over the last 20 years. The difference today, though, is that a lot of families are hurting. For some families who have multiples, twins, or even for families who have siblings that are close in age, you might be surprised to know that you qualify for a 2-for-1 deal. Because colleges understand it's expensive to send one student to college, it's especially expensive to send two students. And so as long as your twins or close in age siblings are attending the same college, you can sometimes get a 50% or more discount on the college tuition. It's important to check with the college because this is also a college-by-college basis, but if you do qualify, it's a great way to save money, assuming, of course, both kids want to attend the same school. When you look at the cost of a college, there are two things you're looking at. One is what is the in-state cost, and if you're not a resident of the state, you'll pay a much higher rate, and typically that can be 2, 3, 4 times as high as what an in-state resident would pay. Now, typically in the past, you would have moved to a state, got your driver's license, paid taxes, and then you would qualify for in-state tuition, and thus that would lower how much you would pay. Today, that's much harder to do. States have sort of cracked down on who can pay in-state tuition by putting additional rules such as you have to have attended a high school in that state, or you have to live in that state for a certain number of years before you qualify for in-state tuition. So given the fact that you can't become a resident of a state very easily for tuition purposes, there are, however, ways that you can actually get closer to in-state tuition prices even if you decide to go to a public school that's not in your state. And these are called reciprocity agreements or reciprocity compacts. And what they are agreements between states and between groups of states that say, between certain colleges within our states, within the public school system, if you are coming from a state, we will give you a significant discount. And typically, they will charge you about 1.5 times what a resident student will pay. One of the largest groups is called the Western Undergraduate Exchange, or WUE, and that's a group of about 12 Western states that within those states, they have agreed that certain colleges would offer these reciprocity agreements. Also, a lot of states do border compacts, meaning that if you attend a college, a state college that's in a border state to you, you will also qualify for that discount of non-resident tuition.